What's up? What's up? What's up? What's up, everybody? I am so grateful to be here today with our community's energetic consecration. So, if this is your first time in the stream with us, I want to go ahead and welcome you in. My name is Bria Hash. I'm the Black Woman Sales Strategist, and this is typically my community's Monday sales setup. So, inside of Good Behavior, my yearly sales mentorship, we get together every Monday and we do a Monday sales setup because we do not believe in just entering into the week any old way, right? So, as moms, as bosses, as leaders, as friends, as sisters, a lot of times we carry so many things in our lives, in our families. We carry so many responsibilities. And then to add on to that, when the world leaders act like they don't have no daggone sense, it can put a lot on our shoulders. So, this weekend, I was thinking about how I could come and serve our community this week because I understand that when we are abiding in fear, when fear is being pressed on us, a lot of the times we will begin to allow lies to thrive in our consciousness. And when I say allow lies to thrive in our consciousness, we will start to believe mistruths about ourselves because of decisions of others. And you have to know that this is not by accident, right? So all the energy that we are experiencing, all the bombardment, all the feelings that life may be out of control is not an accident, right? So whenever we are coming into a week, specifically as business owners, we cannot allow the week to happen to us. We're not going to allow life to happen to us. It is up to us to organize our energy to make sure that we are in control of our minds, that we're managing our minds, because our minds are supercomputers, right? Our minds are simply going to repeat what we feed it. So if we've been receiving a diet of fear, if we've been receiving a diet of bad news, there is no wonder why you might be entering into this week feeling a little bit off. But I got news for you. Good news for you. By the time we end this session, you are going to feel completely energized. So you are entering into an energetic consecration. The intention for this space is that you remember the truth about you, that God's power that emanates through you is ever so present in your own life. So a lot of the times, especially as Black women in leadership, Black women in business, we want everyone else to feel God's power. We want everybody else to feel the testament of the anointing on our lives, but it's time for you to feel it. You have to go internal to you to be the first partaker. And as you receive the first fruits of the anointing of the Holy Spirit, of understanding of God, our creator, what that will allow you to do is to be authentic and true about your expression in this earth and in this world. And I don't know about y'all, but we need some true, authentic expressions of God's creation in this world. And we as Black women are the right people to take our rightful place and do that. So if you are entering into this week and you're saying, I know that this is a week that is going to bring me so much good. I know that this is a week where I'm going to accomplish my goals. I know this is a week where I gather my energy and my resources and I make a decision about who I'm going to be. I want you to type into the chat, ready to receive, to let me know that you're ready for this information. Today, I have 4 infallible truths. They may be 5 by the time we get done, but 4 infallible truths that we can depend on as we navigate this time. So some might call it a crisis, but I recognize what a crisis is to a solution bringer. I recognize that it is our opportunity to show up and show up strong. Hey, Tracy, it's so good to have you here. I see she Yonisu. Come on, ready to receive, ready to receive, ready to receive. Yes, I'm so grateful to have each of you in the space. Natasha, I see that you here. Grateful, grateful, grateful to have y'all in the space. We're going to be moving through 4 infallible truths to carry you through times of crisis. And as you embody this, you do not have to fear. Okay? That's Shanice. That is so funny. You don't have to fear. You don't have to worry and you don't have to doubt, but we are going to address it because how many times have you been in a compromising situation and you just started to suppress it because you thought that was your only option? Go ahead and raise your hand in the chat. Go ahead and type in me in the chat because you felt like if I really acknowledge how I'm feeling right now, then I may just deconstruct. If I really acknowledge how I'm feeling right now, I may just fall apart. If I really acknowledge that I have doubt about my future or doubt about my family or doubt about my career, then I may not get back up. I need you to understand and to know that it is okay for you to acknowledge what is happening because that is actually our superpower. Y'all, we are so empathetic that when a child in another country that we have never met and that we've never seen comes under attack, our hearts open up for them. You have to know and understand that that is not by accident. God made you that way. And that is also why I understand, and I also say that Black women are the best salespeople on the planet, because the one thing you need to be able to sell well in your business, in life, in career, to make decisions, to negotiate, to do any of those things is to feel. You must feel. But a lot of the times when it's come to technology and sales and money and revenue and business, we've been held out of spaces. So we have not been able to see our superpowers exercised in business. We've spent more time trying to acknowledge what we don't know how to do than recognizing that God made us like this. And because God made us like this in our true, unique brilliance, we get to serve our community. So if you are here right now, you've been thinking to yourself, how in the world am I going to go on in business? How am I going to just continue focus on my aspirations and my ambitions? How in the world is it appropriate for me to succeed? I need you to know that you must. You must. You must succeed. You have every right to do so, because you tell me why perpetuators of harm get to succeed and get to gain riches and get to be self-determined, but you get to quit. Absolutely not. So whatever lie is in this space today, my goal is that it be dissipated, eliminated, that it evaporate into thin air. It cannot stay, because we're going to bring truth. We're going to bring love. We're going to bring clarity to this space so that you can meet this week as you are. And I know you to be rich. I know you to be powerful. I know you to be capable, and I know you to be able. So if you're coming in right now, I see y'all coming in. You have not typed in ready to receive. Go ahead and type in ready to receive. That's your consent point to say that I'm ready to receive this information so that I can navigate this week with power. Now, let's go ahead and jump into our first truth that we are standing in today. So first of all, we have to understand that we were not born to suffer. You were not born to suffer. That's my first point. You were not born to suffer. And some of you have fallen into the trap of believing, because there is this constant onslaught of negativity, that you were born to suffer. And I need you to know that God does not want that for you. We all have free will to exert. We have groups of people that have consorted and hoarded power. Therefore, that they are exerting their free will on others without consent. But that does not mean that is what God wants for you. So what we know to be true is that God has pleasure in the prosperity of his servants. And that is just true. I'm using scripture to ground this, not because you at church, not because I'm trying to be a minister, but because I understand that there is wisdom that precedes me, so that I don't have to work so hard in delivering this message. When you truly understand that when you wake up and you decide to be, when you wake up and you choose to be who God created you to be, when you leave your essence on this planet, when you choose to be in service to others, there you can literally not stop the positivity that is coming to you in the form of material money. Because let me tell you what my agreement is with God. Okay, God, I wake up in the morning, I deliver what you created me for, and I don't worry about money. That's my agreement. Some of us have broken agreements with our creator. Some of us are out of covenant with our creator. So therefore, we don't even recognize that when we get up and we choose to do what we were called to do. And some of us have questioned, why am I even here right now? What you have to know and to understand that there is no accident that you are on this planet at this point. There is a supply and demand system that works here on earth, and you are an answer to a demand. You are a supply to a demand. As you understand that this is perfect timing. You understand that you are the perfect person. You understand you have the perfect calling, and therefore you do not question and you do not doubt. You just understand I am here to be of service. And because I am of service, God revels and loves and has enjoyment in me just being. And because of that, you can understand and know and receive that you are not here to be punished. You are not here to live a sad life. You are not here to be tormented. You are here to do what? Experience. I'm going to say that again. You are here to experience. You are in a human form currently to experience. And a lot of us are in this human experience, and we reject the human experience because sometimes the sensations we get back from this human experience makes us feel bad. Right? But you have to be able to take the good and the bad, the ebbs and the flows, because that is the part of being human, y'all. It is not a flaw. It is a design of this system. You are going to feel good sometimes. You're going to feel bad sometimes. You're going to feel up sometimes. You're going to feel down sometimes. But what I want us to recognize is that we have the ability and the authority to dictate what our mind and our bodies receive from this world. And that's why I always say when you manage your mind, you maintain your mood, you find your money. You are supposed to manage your mind. That mind that is in here, that mind that is in here, that mind that is here is supposed to be told what to think, told what to do, given a diet. And if you don't give it one, guess what? It's going to start eating you. You have more authority than you think. So if you woke up this morning in a space of doubt, if you woke up this morning recounting fears, if you woke up this morning living the lie that is lack, you have the opportunity to turn around right now. What does turn around mean? It means to repent. See, a lot of us think that repentance means sorrowfulness. Repentance means I'm so sorry for being less than good. No, 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 no. Repent just means to revolve. It means to turn around. You get the opportunity to turn your thoughts around, your mind around, your expectations around. You're not just supposed to come into the day and let the day happen to you. That's why we do energetic consecrations and good behavior. Okay? Because we're not going to let this week happen to us. We are happening to it. We are a force that it is mean. Let me move to my second point. Y'all hit me with the number 2 if you're ready for number 2. Welcome if you are just joining us here. I'm so grateful to have y'all in this space. If anybody is in my community, you've been with me for a while, you know that me being on YouTube is a promise kept to myself. All right. So I've been saying I'm going to be on YouTube. I'm going to show up. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. And this morning and this weekend, when I recognize, hey, Bria, you probably need to address our community. You probably need to help us as Black women to get on one accord as we move forward so that we can come together in community and to make a new decision. I made the decision that it wouldn't happen on Zoom. It wouldn't happen in private. It wouldn't happen in Instagram where I used to be. It's going to happen where I am going to be, which is on YouTube. So I want to thank y'all so much for being here. Now let's move on to the second point, because we are getting rid of the lies and we're replacing it with truth. My second point of today is that the world is not ending. Systems are falling. The world is not ending. Systems are falling. A world is collapsing. Veils are falling. Truths are being revealed. And every single time you tell yourself that the world is ending before it does, you rob yourself of the ability to use the space and time that you have been given. Whenever you fall into that space where you say to yourself, oh, the Lord is coming back, Jesus is coming, that is not your concern. The only concern that you have is to use the space and time that you have been given. That is how you show yourself to be true as a believer. If you are a believer, if you're not a believer, I hope you believe that the Creator made you. But just know and understand this. That's not your job. But a lot of us, we begin to deflect and we start to delay and we start to do all this weird stuff that we have been allowed to do because it's not the right thing to do. We've just simply been tolerated in doing because we don't want to be responsible for our own lives. Until the last second of the last moment of the last day of your life, you are supposed to send your essence into this earth. So the world is not ending. Systems are collapsing. And I know that it may feel painful. I know that it may feel challenging, but guess what? It is just it simply is. And you also get to be in it. So what I want us to be doing is protecting our mind from the energy of fear, lack, and doubt. We must protect and shield our minds from the energy of fear, lack, and doubt. There is not a problem being informed about what is happening in the world, but after you get your information, you need to move. I'm going to say it again. After you get your information, you need to move. Stay in touch with the people that you're supposed to stay in touch with. Check in on the friends and family that you really, really love. Say, I love you like you mean it when you speak to them. But to continuously perpetuate cycles of negativity in your mouth is not mine, or your mouth is not what a producer does. We cannot consume a diet of fear and expect life to come out of our mouths. We cannot consume a diet of doubt and expect life to come from our hands. Let me tell you something. If you're looking for your money, you're going to find it in your mind. And if you've been feeding your mind a diet of fear, lack, and doubt, you are going to produce fear, lack, and doubt. You are not a consumer. You are a producer. That means as a producer, you have a deep responsibility to mind your diet. Do y'all understand what I'm saying here? Some conversations you can't just keep on repeating over and over again. Don't call the next person and say the same thing you said to the person before. If anything, you need to be productive in creating plans. You need to be productive in making sure that your family unit is tight. After you have those conversations, you need to move on to something productive, because I am telling you that energy matters. Energy manifests, it magnifies. And if you begin to play the game that they want you to play, that they are delivering to this world of fear, contraction, constriction, as they take the wealth and put it in places that you cannot access it, you're going to miss your moment. So this energy is sent to do one thing to you, and that is to paralyze and freeze your system from being able to interact with the system that must be revised. Point blank and period. Point blank and period. There is long stretching research that tells us what happens when traumatic events happen. We already know what to anticipate: fight, flight, or freeze. Every single time something gets disseminated into this earth and into this world, there are three reactions that we normatively expect: fight, flight, or freeze. What do you see? People fighting in the Middle East, people fleeing Palestine, the people that don't belong there, and people freezing in the United States of America. It's very, very predictable. So it is no doubt and no question that as a Black woman today, you're probably entering into this day frozen. You gonna have to move. You gonna have to shake. You can't stay back there. You can't keep thinking the same thoughts. You must allow yourself to move forward. But first, we're acknowledging how we feel. As we acknowledge how we feel, we have to determine why we feel the way we feel. We know why we feel the way we feel because we're in a space that benefits from us being frozen. Because if we just had enough time and space to thrive, they already know what time it is. And in that, we still have choices to make because we have free will. I hear what's going on. I understand what's going on. I'm doing my part. I'm showing up, and there's still work to do. Because you tell me what job you had that told you could stay home today. They didn't. They didn't. They didn't. So it's up to you to take care of your mind and your body, okay? It's up to you to be mindful of your diet. And we also must be accountable as producers when we have consumed the wrong diet, and we must turn away from that, okay? So you want to know what you've been consuming? When you are at rest, tell me how you feel. Do you feel joyful? Do you feel gleeful? Do you feel like you're on cloud nine? Or do you feel like the world is crushing on you? Do you feel like you just have to stay busy all the time? Because if you slow down, then you feel like the wheels are going, roll you over. You tell me how you feel when you still. That will let me know what kind of diet you've been consuming. Because when I'm with my thoughts don't eat me alive. Because when I'm with my thoughts, I am confirming what I know to be true about me. I am rich. I am healthy. I am wealthy. I am prized. I am an asset to my community. Everything I touch turns to gold. Everything I touch turns to gold. Everything I touch turns to gold. Certainly, my clients are finding me and I'm finding them too. Baby, let me tell you something. When I'm sitting with myself, I am making sure that I am confirming the truth about me. And so should you. All right. Now, let's move on to the next truth, because some of us are caught in freeze. So therefore, we are making excuses about how we're moving in the world. Well, this is my season just to rest. This is my season just to pause. This is my season. Let me tell you a truth, a law, a natural and physical observable law. It is expressed in Newton's third law. And that is, you've already heard it before, but I'm going to make sure that you are putting it in context in this moment. For every action, there is an equal and opposite reaction. All right. So this is giving you instructions for what you are supposed to be doing in times of crisis. So when a negative effect happens in the world or directly to you, there is supposed to be an equal and opposite reaction. And let me tell you, the equal and opposite reaction is instantaneous. If you open up a door, the door is going to swing open. If you slam a brick, the brick is going to slam. There is an equal and opposite reaction to everything that is in motion. Let me tell you something about you. When operating appropriately, you are in motion. All right. So I know that we feel like we live on this big rock and that thing ain't doing nothing, but that thing is in motion. There is an equal and opposite reaction to every initial action. So when negativity happens, guess what should be on the other side of it? I'm going to give you a second to think about it to see if it rises to the top. Good. When bad happens or negativity happens, the equal and opposite reaction to that is good. And let me tell you something about equal and opposite. So we take care of the opposite with good, but the equal means at whatever intensity the negative happened, the good must happen at that same intensity. See, a lot of times we have the negativity happen and the negativity comes through and smacks us across our face. And then we want our good to feel like that. No. The law says when you're operating in alignment with natural law, that when a negative happens, the equal and opposite good should be just as powerful as the negative that initially happened. But see, we like to play when it comes to good. We like to be passive when it comes to good. And that's why I'm telling you right now that you got to keep moving, baby. You got to keep moving. So a lot of us will get stuck. We'll be in quicksand. We'll keep regurgitating the same thing over and over again. We'll be in the same place 2 and 3 years from now. You must keep moving. Not because Bria said so, not because I want you overworking, not because I want you overexerted, but because I understand law. You must keep moving, because if you don't keep moving, guess what will happen? You'll begin to get rolled over. Before you know, you be flat as a pancake. You can't even pick yourself up off the ground. You must keep moving. But let me tell you how to keep moving in times of crisis, because this is the part that typically gets left out, and this is where people get burned out. So in times of crisis, that means that there is a reaction happening. So you are moving forward and you likely feel some level of trudge or resistance coming back at you. And that will then make you feel like this is the time to sit out. Let me tell you what you do in times of good, in times of bad, in times of storm, in times of ease. What you are supposed to do is keep your pace. That means one day after the next, one day after the next. You're taking one step and one move and one step forward and the next step forward, and you begin to build. Now, let me tell you what this sounds like to someone who is in a state of anxiety or fear. It feels like the one step in front of the other is not enough because we're in panic. And that is not the truth of you. Anxiety is not the truth of you. Never feeling like it isn't enough is not the truth of you. You will make progress by making progress. It is a lie to believe that you cannot do enough. It is a lie to believe that what you're doing is not good enough. It is a lie to believe that when you do the right things, that those right things do not stack. And see, that's what often keeps us from actually making progress, because we got to hurry up and work up and do all these things. And it should have been done yesterday, and it should have been done faster than it was. And because we didn't see the result we didn't get, and because we couldn't manipulate people in action, we just gonna quit. You tell me how you're going to build something by behaving like that. I'm calling us into acknowledgement of pattern, because I recognize that as mature adults, mature businesswomen, we have to disrupt that cycle that we're currently called burnout, that will then make us feel like we got to have this big old build. And then when we can't handle it in our systems, boom, we just quit. And then we have to start all over. No, no, no. In times of crisis, and this comes from the book Good to Great, there is a book that compiles, I believe, like the top 50 businesses that have come back, like Fortune 500, Fortune 100 business that have come back over time, have had great comebacks. And one of the common threads is is that if they met tough financial times, market turnover, market challenge and competition, in those bad times, right? They just simply kept the pace. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And guess what? The season eventually passed. The crisis eventually passed, and they were standing after it. And we have to learn how to do that. And let me tell you how challenging this is, if it's a good time and if it's a bad time, because let me tell you, I've experienced it. In my decade of business, I've experienced the good and the bad. So in the bad, going 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2 sometimes feels unfair. Sometimes that feels like too much pressure, but I recognize I'm building my endurance. I'm not building my speed right now. I'm building my endurance. I'm building my ability to be disciplined. I'm building my ability to continue. Then in good times, when I was immature, like, first couple of years in business, when the good times came, I was like, let the chopper sing, woo, woo, woo. And let me tell you, that ended up hurting me, because I went faster than I could actually maintain. And then it ended up hitting a wall. So that's why it's just 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So back to the lie and the truth. The lie is that this is a season of slowdown. This is not a season of slowdown, because if you slow down in a season like this, you will get rolled over. This is a season of continuation. This is a season of discipline. This is a season of keeping the pace. And if you learn how to build the right skills in this time to keep your pace, what you are going to have at the end of it is endurance. What you're going to have at the end of it is expertise. What you're going to have of this is knowledge. What you're going to have of this is industry, really knowledge, domination, authority, all the things that you've been looking for that you thought was going to come like this. You're going to see you have built it. And it can't be blown away. It's built with bricks this time, not sticks. And that's what we need. All right. So we're not going to believe the lies. We're not going to convince ourselves that we have to go faster than we can capably go. We're not going to tell ourselves that if we're not making massive $1 million moves, that we're not doing good enough. I've been talking about that $1 million theology for a while because I see it wrecking our nervous systems as Black women in business. There's a whole lot to benefit from your next 100,000. There's a whole lot to benefit from your next 250,000. You don't immediately come out the gate earning millions, even if you've been in the industry for a while. If you have not built the capacity, systems, processes, procedures, sales, or offers for it, you are going to have to give yourself time to navigate. Now, let me keep moving. Y'all want me to keep moving? Hit me with the number 3 in the chat. Y'all ready for me to move to the number 3? I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. I'm ready. All right. So we acknowledge it. We coming into the space. We being honest. Horrible things are happening in the world. But and they also happening by horrible people who've chosen to do horrible things. And it could stun us right where we are. It could freeze us. It could put our feet into cement blocks, but we are not staying there. We're going to believe the truth and not the lie about us. Whoa. I said third. I think we on fourth. Either way, I'm gonna hit it right now. Money is moving. Money is moving. I need you to say it. Money is moving. I know somebody has an attitude because they don't believe that money is moving. I know this is challenging somebody's thoughts, but you have to understand that money is moving. Y'all hear with me and say it with me. Money is moving. If my voice annoys you, make sure your voice is louder than mine. Money is moving. The truth is that money is moving. Why is money moving? Because the world did not stop. Why is money moving? Because problems are still here. Why is money moving? Because solutions are still needed. Money is moving. If you fall into the trap and the lie of believing that money is stagnant, that money is not moving, that people are not making decisions, you are not paying attention. You're not paying attention. The data was not wrong about Black Friday. Money was moving. The data is not wrong about how much Americans are spending now. Money is moving. Money is moving. I'm not saying that some people are not challenged. I'm not saying that some markets are not experiencing constriction. I'm not saying that some spaces and industries are changing, but money is moving. And it belongs to vetted solution bringers. Hear me when I say this. It belongs to vetted solution bringers. See, the problem is a lot of us are not vetted solution bringers. We don't have a large ecosystem that will vouch for what we do. We haven't mastered our offers the way we need to master them so that they're delivered with precision and our customers are actually happy. But money is moving. Buying decisions are happening differently. Consumerism loyalty is happening differently currently because we're way more conscious and way more intentional. But guess what, Black women? Money is moving. You should be showing up and rising in your industry as the one who has the answer. I am the one, and I have the answer, and I am here because I have something to deliver you. And it is a solution to a problem that you've been looking for. It is an amenity that you cannot live without. It is something that you've been wanting, and I have it for you. Money is moving. Understand this: by law, you are compensated according to your contribution. You are compensated according to your contribution. The more you contribute to society and the solutions you bring, the more you will be compensated. Some of you are trying to figure out why am I not being compensated more? The question you need to begin asking yourself is, what warrants me to be compensated at the level I desire? Reverse engineer that thing. Don't say, why am I not being compensated more? If you want to make $70,000 from your offer, ask yourself, what warrants me to be compensated at this level? If you want to make $25,000 from your offer, what warrants me to be compensated at this level? So this thought shift right here begins dissipating the lie that money does not move, and it begins aligning us with what it actually takes to move it. Okay? You are compensated according to your contribution. Money is moving. Now, my fourth or fifth, I don't know where we are right now. And my final point of today is that the lie currently that exists or that is circulating is that if it's not coming easy right now, I shouldn't be doing it. Did you not hear the qualifiers of the crisis that I gave you earlier? There will be feelings of resistance because that is simply the space that we are in collectively. You didn't do anything wrong. You did not do anything wrong. You are in an environment, a social move of energetic stagnancy. So because of that, you feel a little bit resistance. This does not mean that you sit this season out. This means that you give this season your best because this season requires your best. I'm sorry that doing just enough is not going to be good enough this time. I'm sorry having a scattered mind is not going to float the way it floated before. I'm sorry. You actually are going to have to dedicate the time so that you can align and organize your energy and make the decisions that you need to make. Because truth be told, if you really did just sit back and look, you can probably acknowledge, yeah, I was halfway in and halfway out. Yeah, I was doing hokey pokey. Yeah, I thought people was going to buy it just because I put it in the chat GPT. Yeah, I thought it was just going to work for me because I thought it was going to work for me. And now I'm hitting it, that thing is hitting the air and I'm recognizing, dang, it's not as easy as I thought it was. And what? What you going to do? See, I talk to us like this because who else going to talk to us like that? And what? What you going to do? You going to be best or you going to fold? Because let me tell you what I'm going to do, because I understand the truth of me. And you know what, y'all? I'm so not used to doing this YouTube thing. Y'all want to like the video? I'm going to invite you to like the video. If you're not subscribing, please go ahead and subscribe. As Jesse Wu would say, go ahead and subscribe, okay, to the channel, because we're going to be back with more. But this is the time for you to show up your best. Yes, I know you're showing up your best in wind. Yes, I know you're showing up your best in resistance. Yes, I know you're showing up your best in challenge. And guess what? The market acknowledges that, because not everybody is showing up their best. A lot of providers are dropping the ball. A lot of providers have gotten so big, they don't have the ability to even care about the people they dropped the ball for. When you show up your best in times like this, you will rise to the top because people will be able to distinguish the difference. Money is moving, y'all. The truth about us is that there is no lack. Lack is a lie. If any of you have been consuming that, I have some consecrations for you today. We're going to start this month out rich. I'm going to say it. If it resonates with you, you can type fast enough. You go ahead and put your favorites into the chat. But we're going to end this energetic consecrations with some consecrations meant just for you. So out of everything that I said today, the thing that I need you to remember is that we're going to live in the truth. We will not receive the lies, and we will manage our minds so that we can find our money. Because as service providers, as business owners, it is our reasonable service to win. How about that? It's not just our reasonable service to serve. It's not just our reasonable service to give. It is our reasonable service that we win. I have shown up today to win. Okay, I'm not leaving this day without feeling like a winner. I'm not leaving this day without seeing my bank account grow. I'm not leaving this day with lack in my life. I'm leaving this day understanding that I did the best that I could today to fill up this space, and I will win. So we're going into our consecration now. As we go into our consecration, one thing I want y'all to know, I'm just going to drop a link right here, because some of y'all still believe that you should be doing this thing by yourself, and you should not. This morning, I went into our portal and I opened up the application for good behavior, our yearly sales mentorship. We do not enter any of our weeks blindly. Inside of our sales mentorship, every single week, we come in for a Monday sales setup. You are currently experiencing it right now, all right? Because we're not entering into our weeks blindly. We're not entering to our weeks letting them happen to us. Every single week, the members of Good Behavior, active business owners, are coming in saying, this is the offer I'm focused on. This is the part of my audience I'm focused on. This is how much revenue I'm expecting. These are my sales activations. And they're receiving direct coaching for this. So with that being said, if you are in this room right now, you recognize I cannot go another week by myself in business. I cannot allow myself to be dragged, because the thing about us is we always think it's going to get better. Like, we always think if we can just get through this month, we can just get through this week, it'll finally calm down. And I got news for you. It just never does. Like, life is life, and you are in a human experience. So with that being said, the best thing for you when you are in active business is to make sure you're held in high accountability to your goals. How many times have you gone through a month and you did not hit your revenue goal, and the only thing you did the next month was set a new revenue goal? Ain't did no assessment, ain't decided what was your weakness, ain't decided what you were actually going to change, ain't did none of that. When you are in business, you must be highly accountable, not just to a month, but to your weeks, not just to your weeks, but to your days, because those are the things that stack up. And if you are training yourself to earn money every day, you are not going to be at a loss when it comes to the end of your month. It makes no sense to be in business doing it by yourself. So if you are in here right now and you recognize that you would like sales accountability for me and our community, you click that link right there. The application is open, but it's only today. If you are accepted, you must be ready to join and start today. I'm not leaving the applications open past today because they actually closed like 2 days ago. But guess what? We got 2 more spots left. And there is somebody in this room that needs to be served. We start every week with our Monday sales setup. There's monthly coaching, revenue level coaching. So you get direct coaching into your business. And every single week, we hold you accountable to your goals and show you how you should be selling in your business. So if you need help with that, click that link, grab the link, do your thing. It's goodbehaviorgoodsales.com. Place your application there and do not be scared. Some people question, do I need this? Do I need that? Do I need this offer? Do I need this offer? Apply. I will let you know if it will not work for you, but if you believe you need that help and support, go ahead and click that there. Now, let's go ahead and move into our consecrations. We're going to start this month rich. Y'all say it after me. I start this month rich. I start this month rich. I open the door to a new month. I opened the door to a new month. How many of y'all know that March just started? You didn't even open the door. We on the second day. You ain't even opened the door. You ain't even greeted it. I open the door to a new month. I am ready to receive all good waiting for me. There is some good stored up for you now. There is some good stored up for you now. I am ready to receive all good waiting for me. I am so glad. I am so glad that everything I've been working for is coming to fruition. Some of y'all should be in enjoyment right now because you've been working on some projects, some offers, some marketing pushes, some shifts, some industry moves, and you are walking into this month of March recognizing that this is the month that everything you've been waiting for is coming to fruition for you. My target is clear. My target is clear. I can feel all suspended desires being released to me. So a lot of our work is in re-acknowledging what our desires are, what we're doing this for. Sometimes because we meet reality, because we meet an existence, we stop desiring and we suspend our desires. But this month, we're pulling it back in. I can feel all suspended desires being released to me. I can desire again. I can believe again. It's safe for me to dream again. It's safe for me to think big thoughts again. It's safe for me to walk into industry domination. I am capable of moving to my next level. I am leaning into my cans. My can'ts do not concern me. I'm going to say that again. I am leaning into my cans. My can'ts do not concern me. I am taking such great care of my body this month. I am honoring myself with rest. I rise with purpose and seize each day. Unlimited good flows to me this month because I am of service. There is so much money flowing to me this month. There is so much money flowing to me this month. There is so much money flowing to me this month. What you have to understand is that we are rhythmic people. All right, we are rhythmic people. Think about how many messages get sent to you in a day that you don't want to be sent to you. You better start creating your own rhythms and your own rhymes. Make sure that you hear that cadence coming through your mind. There is so much money flowing to me this month. There is so much money flowing to me this month. Do you see my face? I can't help but smile as I say it. There is so much money flowing to me this month. Aligned opportunities are consistently knocking on my door. I am tapping into the consciousness of my next revenue level. How many of you understand that your mind has to go before your body? I am tapping into the consciousness of my next revenue level. Your mind has to go before your body. Ask for your mind to enter into the consciousness of your next revenue level, to give you the wisdom for your next revenue level, to give you the taste buds for your next revenue level. I wish more people were in the chat saying these things back, because if you could just begin to repeat this over and over and over again, you will see a different existing, okay? Existence. You will see a new existence. All right. I allow my mind, body, and spirit to calibrate to my next level. I allow my mind, body, and spirit to calibrate to my next level. I am ready for more. So ready that I do not let success overestimations distract me from the success I've prepared for. I got to say that one again. Lord have mercy. So ready that I do not let success overestimation distract me from the success I've prepared for. Woo! I am so ready for my success. I am so ready for my success. I invite my next chapter to begin now. I invite my next chapter to begin now. This month feels so good to me. This month feels so good to me. I protect my mind from receiving contrary news about my well-being. I protect my mind from receiving contrary news about my well-being. I am anchored in my health and wealth. My entire household benefits from the covering on my life. I share positivity generously. I allow others to see God's light in me. I allow others to see God's light in me. My friends and family are wealthy, healthy, and blessed. We enjoy life together. God, thank you for this new month. Thank you for providing for me. Thank you for strengthening and enlightening me. Thank you for every lesson received. Allow this month to be so good to me. Y'all, this has been our energetic consecration of today. As I mentioned, this was an intentional move to bring this out into public. This is a part of good behavior, our sales mentorship. If you are an active business owner, I'm speaking directly to you. Active means that you are actively pursuing clients each week. Active means that you have an offer in your business. Active means that you know that sales is your mountain. Active means you know if you can just get your sales and your revenue together and your strategies together, that you will be receiving more money in your business instantly. There are so many people who join us inside of good behavior, and in a matter of a week, in 2 weeks, they begin to see the floodgates open in their business. I'm talking about $3,000 more than they made the week before, $12,000 more than they made the week before. These are not random numbers that I'm pulling out of the air. These are real numbers that are being received and happened last month inside of good behavior. We're divinely assigned to support you with reaching your next level of revenue. And not only are we divinely assigned, we have the systems to support you. So inside of good behavior, we have our 52-week framework that will support you in establishing the sales behaviors, the sales system that will allow you to lean into your next level of revenue. If this is something that you have not mastered in your business, and you know you should be earning more, and you know you've had a disconnect with your marketing and sales, you want to meet us inside of good behavior. I'm going to drop the link one more time. Now, here's the agreement. We type my keys now. Y'all mind y'all's business. All right, making sure I ain't got no typos. Here's the agreement. Your application must be completed today. I'll open up this application. It's not against my better judgment because I made the decision to do so, but the application was closed. And I realized that this is the perfect opportunity to demonstrate to this community, hey, you are banking on things settling. You are banking on life getting easier. It's not. We're going to consistently experience things external to us. And as business owners, we must have responsibility of managing our mind. Everything that we do inside of good behavior means that we are centering it on managing our mind and our mood so we can make our money, because we don't expect life to not life. We don't make excuses when it does. We just simply have a plan and we simply have a strategy, because our success is non-negotiable. So if you are in this room right now, everything that I've said to you resonates with you, give it a chance. Come click on the link. Check out the program, put in your application, but you must do it before the end of today. In fact, do it now. You must be ready to go ahead and join us in the space. Y'all, I love y'all and I mean it. I'm so grateful that we were able to be in this space together. If you enjoyed this, let's go ahead and give some hearts. I'm giving some claps because I have truly enjoyed being in a space with you all today. Thank you all for making this day something that we are able to walk into together. You are not by yourself. You are in good community and good company. Just look at the chat. Look at the hearts. Look at the people that are beside you. We're not by ourselves. We are in community. We are in like mind. And that should give you not only hope, but it should give you enjoyment as you move into this day. Y'all, I love you so much. I mean it. Till next time. Peace out. Thank y'all for being here.